Greetings, this is David Lasella from the NYU Immersive Technology Lab, and in this video we're looking at Gravity Sketch, an immersive 3D design tool. And I'm not only going to be discussing Gravity Sketch's capabilities, but we're going to use it as the baseline for some general thoughts about the learning curve for certain VR applications. And on the topic of difficulty, I would say that Gravity Sketch, despite having excellent tutorials, is actually pretty hard to use. Now, to expound on that a little bit, I think it's accurate to compare Gravity Sketch to professional-grade design software. For example, something from the Adobe Creative Suite, like Photoshop. It's very difficult for a novice to jump into Photoshop and start using it really efficiently. And I think that's the same thing here. And now I'd like to pose a question, which is it a bad thing that this software has a higher learning curve than, say, OpenBrush? In the short term, maybe. In the long term, definitely not. Now let me expound on that a little bit. So what I mean when I say it's a problem in the short term is that it is basically one more barrier to entry for virtual mixed reality. And of course, barriers to entry block broader adoption, and without broader adoption, we have less innovation, less software, and a kind of vicious circle where the barriers to entry don't really improve, or not at the rate that users would want. Now, with that said, I do think software with a high learning curve can be a good thing in the long run. That's because I'm of the mind that if you have a particularly versatile software like Gravity Sketch that can potentially do very powerful things, there's innate value in the need for the user to have to learn that tool before they can do anything especially powerful with it. Okay, with that said, so what can Gravity Sketch do? What makes it so powerful? Well, first, it has the standard features you would expect from a spatial drawing, painting, sculpting software. But I think what sets it apart is precision. If you've been watching the footage on the screen, you'll notice I was able to create a perfectly precise rectangle. And that's the kind of precision that's at the heart of Gravity Sketch and the way it works. That's why when the application first loads, we're presented with an example of user-made work that is an SUV. In short, Gravity Sketch is definitely a design tool, whereas OpenBrush is an art-making tool. And because of that, we always introduce new users to creating in virtual reality using OpenBrush, but then when we want to show them a more advanced option, we introduce them to Gravity Sketch. If you'd like to learn more about this application or extended reality in general, and you are connected to the NYU community, get in touch with the Immersive Technology Lab, the Center for Faculty Advancement, Office of the Provost.